YouTube. I know this is kind of a odd video because it's not exactly a 100 days video, but it's a real life 100 day videos where I will be covering my real life 100 days. By the way, if you subscribe to this video, you get a sheep. Here is a world I really loved, but I stopped playing it because Minecraft corrupted on my Xbox and I wanted to jump off a bridge. I had so much done, but this is the reverted world to what it had become. Here's a little, I guess, steam house is what it was going to be. It was going to be a factory, which I had turned it into. Over there, you got beds. You only have a few things in here. We don't talk about what that is right there. Look away. Over there was going to be a giant Xbox. I had that entire thing filled out with a Xbox, by the way. A Series X it was going to be because that's what type of Xbox I have. But then it corrupted and my cathedral and everything was gone. I didn't like that one bit. But there's a lot in this world that still didn't get corrupted, which I'm just not going to show you all. This was my first ever attempt at an iron farm from a tutorial. It broke because of a stupid corruption. I'm sorry, I'm bringing up the corruption. It's going to be brought up back again. But over here is where I was going to keep the valuables. Because there was going to be 5 sides of a box. Look just like the Xbox. I've said that like 5 times. But that's where my valuables were going to be. And over here where I'm going to right about now is where I had dug out an entire chunk. And you won't believe it. I had gotten it filled up with iron. You can see the beginning progress of it. Of like the placing of iron. But the entire thing was supposed to be like each floor was a memorial for the iron golems that had died. And there was be a row of rows on every single floor for every single block of grass there. It meant to represent every single iron golem that died, but obviously not. Here's a world I played with friends. There's a working iron golem farm, exact same one, just above. As you see, that does get a lot of iron. Here's a bamboo farm I made on my own. It works pretty well for AFKing. Up here is my friend's tree house. It's really not that good of looking of a house, but you know, he kept his valuables in it. Let's see what he had. He had some terrible loot. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. And over there, let's see. Chest is another chest that's gunpowder though. That's really good. Choker boxes. Really nothing was in them except I think that says you will die. I figured I missed that when playing the world a lot. But I stopped playing this because, well, as you'll see in a second, I'm in the middle of nowhere. Middle of the ocean, really. This is the redstone for my farm thing. I did make it myself. No tutorials. I'm really proud of it. Probably already used because it's very basic. But it's something I made where, you know, you don't have to go out and restart it when you're back in a chunk. But this thing was for the mob farm, which I did turn off because it would occasionally cause a little lag with how much stuff would be flowing through this. And there's a dolphin. His name was Jeff. It is Jeff. And where we're going is the second build, aka the last build in this world. And the reason I stopped playing is because surrounded by ocean in 377 days in with almost nothing done. So, you know, I was a little disappointed. We started over again, not showing that world because that world's on a different account. One where I don't have 100 days in Minecraft. And down here we have a little bouncy thing. Or here's an auto smelter. Kind of like it. Kind of okay, I guess. And over here, we have my first real trading call, which my friend built. I say first real because I built other ones. Oh, and shout out to Japan, who I made a flag for. Oh, and next we have the YouTube world I played on for a while. I shame to say it, but I'm not replaying that world. I'm not getting back on that. Tragic, I know, y'all all love that series. I don't think anyone watched it. Like it has like 40 views on the number one video on there. So yeah, but over here, over here. How long is this walk? Why am I not editing this video? I really should be editing this, but I don't wanna because I just don't wanna. I've edited enough. I just record the clips and stitch them together. That's really all the editing I did. But over here, it's just a small hole I just use to get stone when I need it, as you can probably tell. Beginning of an iron beacon was gonna be there. Some decent loot there. Okay, loot. And some more decent loot. 2 ancient debris. Gold bugs. Some tools. Another furnace. And this was also going to be a factory. It probably closest thing to a factory I've ever built because it actually has factory stuff. Here's a simple, minute chest room. Nothing really big. Nothing grandeur about it. See, just a pretty basic world. I'm pretty ashamed that, this is my YouTube world. I got a new one now. Let's take a little nappity nap. Alright, let's get back to the video. Now, as we go over to the next place, I want y'all to remember that I made a few videos on this world and I just stopped playing it because it didn't feel like I actually was doing stuff. It didn't feel like I was doing good. Because I knew I could do better. Because that's all the parts of a village I made. I know I could have done way better. So I stopped. And I have a new world. Which I'm not covering in this video. Because, I play on that one all the time. That one will get its own world tour. It's already got a world tour. But it will get another one. And over here is just a simple mob farm. Nothing too big, nothing too beautiful about it. And here we have my first ever real survival world. It's not really a true survival world because only 40 days in. But at the time, I thought it was a great build. Don't mind all the dirt. Let my brother join. And over here, we got the nether portal. I was afraid of, I guess, the nether and stuff when I was on peaceful. Because I play in peaceful. That should be no shocker. Over here, pretty decent stuff in chest. Nothing really too big. I'll decide to grab some diamonds. Yeah. And yeah, that's really all. Over here, I don't know why there's water there, to be honest. This is really the only room I built there, which was a chest room. And yeah, just mining stuff, farming. Nothing over there. Nothing down there. So, I guess it's on to a world I really did like. Which is my... just a world. It wasn't anything special. I just liked the build in it. Pretty good loot, I'd say. Over there's a lighthouse, which I really liked. And by the way, this world will be making a reappearance because of how I stitched the stuff together. Here's another auto smelter. Auto smelters are just really useful in worlds, I'd say. Here was another one of my ideas, redstone ideas. First and ever only time I ever used an auto crafter. I kind of forgot about them till this video. Over here is victims 1, 2, and 3. From left to right is their names. Over here was a tree farm, just so I didn't have to wait for it to grow. I know I could have made a TNT dropper to blast all the wood off, but I didn't feel like doing that. It was pretty easy, met its needs. And over here we have, I don't know what the horse's name was, or the gas name, but cows. I like cows, I guess. Over here, just a barn, chest room, whatever you use barns for, really. I don't know, really. And, nothing really too good in these things. Stacking 44 of iron. Just, yeah, pretty normal stuff in the chest, I'd say. Nothing too good, nothing too bad. I mean, seems like a pretty average world in my opinion. Nothing really good nor bad. I did beat the world in all of these, by the way. Except the last one. My first survival world. And, right there, I'm deciding to put the armor for that thing that I got for it. Because I originally decided that, hey, I'm going to put armor on that. And for some reason, I didn't think of going with copper armor. So it's nothing. Because you see all the copper stuff around it. This is the day of the copper update I started that world. So all that stuff was added the day of the copper update. Over there, it's just a really cool chest. Nothing in it, really. I just like the design of that. And here was my first ever Pokemon Battle Zone. I kind of redid it in the new YouTube world. Over there, yeah, that's a rock type attack. Not really too good, not too bad, in my opinion. Over here, yeah. That's really all for that world, really. Now, I forgot to press stop recording right about here, but, I'm basically on a look for another world. Come on. What do I find? What do I find? If I find anything at all. I don't know if I do, because, I recorded this, I should remember. I filmed this, 10 minutes ago. Oh, well. Now, what did I find here? Probably just a random world, if I'm being honest. Yep, just a random world. One day played. I like to quote-unquote good seed, if that makes sense. And if I don't like it, I normally forget to delete them. It led to me having 10 gigabytes in Minecraft. I know that is insane for a console, but the other day I did go through and delete a bunch of them. Not worlds I played on, just miniature worlds. Oh, that one has 0.1 megabyte, 1.1 megabytes, just deleted stuff like that. And I guess I'm just looking for a world here at this point. I'm not really sure. Let's just... Come on, man. What am I doing? This is very sad. Why did I take so long to do this? This is really long. Really long. What made me take me so long to decide that I was going to the next page? I know I should be editing this out right now, but I don't want to. There's survival craft. Okay, now let's see what this world is. Most likely, nothing again. Yep, nothing again. Absolutely nothing. I'm gonna go change it to see if there's anything here. And I already knew there really wasn't. So yeah, 2 days in, there's probably nothing. I knew that. I knew it. I don't know what I was doing. But I still have, after deleting hundreds of worlds, still have 320 left. I made sure I didn't delete a lot of worlds for this exact video. I know I made a short asking, and I know at the time of recording, there's 0 comments on that video. But I don't exactly care. So this one, I was like, this had to be something. This was a hardcore world, I know that. And I had died, and I just wanted to see what my world could have been. Because I know I can't be the only one that does that when they lose a hardcore world. Just look around and see what could have been. And from what I see, it could have been nothing. In my opinion, it was nothing. There was nothing around. At this point, I think I'm just becoming really irritated looking for a world. But man, who cares? Am I doing the same thing again? On the same page? Oh, I actually choose a world I actually know. Okay, so back to the quote-unquote scripted. This world was also hit by the Xbox, kickback on my thing. And, there was a lot more to this. You can tell that I'm, really confused, with what happened. Because, I know I fixed that. I know everything I did in this world. I know it wasn't all, this bad. Me and my friend played this. There was a lot to this world. There was a lot more to it. I was really mad. The maddest of them all, some would say. But yeah, there's really not that much that I could show you because a lot of the worlds I played on were hit by that kickback because I used to be playing like 20, 25 worlds at once. No, see, like Cloud Save failed. I can't read half the worlds I used to play on because of that. And I deleted Minecraft for a day, and that's when it happened. I had to delete it because my little cousin was coming over, and but last time I had a world and they played Minecraft, they ruined it. So I was a little worried about that, but I think them ruining a world would have been way better than having all my months of data reset. But who cares? I'm all over that now. You're gonna see me jump to my death here. Jump. I still don't know how I didn't take damage from that tree and dead. And this is me like, okay, there's nothing here. Let's go to the next one. If there is a next one. Hello? Let's hurry up, man. You already know it's not gonna work. Don't try it. Anyway, here's a Realms world that it was really only me playing on. And I really enjoyed it because this world I got to decide, take my time on since it wasn't only me. But I really didn't take my time. Let's fly over to my friend's base because you're going to notice a massive difference between me and my friend. They played the exact same time I did. I want to point that out, alright? That's the first thing I want to make obvious. And, there their base is. It looks okay, I guess. There's their horsey. Let's check out their base. Oh, what's down here? Absolutely nothing. They did that for nothing. Armored trim. No, armored trims. I don't know why I was taking his stuff, to be honest. We don't play it anymore. This was months ago. Why did I take his stuff? Anyway, back to my base. Since it's finally becoming nighttime, I might procrastinate for maybe a few seconds. Because, who doesn't like procrastinating for a few seconds? Who doesn't? Mainly so it becomes more nighttime when I get to my base. Because, that's kind of how I like it. Over there, we're passing by a bench I made. Here's the mob farm of the world. You're going to notice there's not any gunpowder in there. But that's only because I had made it all into rockets for myself. No one else got any because it was all my work. There were multiple people in this, but I'm not feeling like going to all their bases thousands, if not tens of thousands blocks apart. And I'm not cutting this video anymore. Over here, yeah, you see some sugar cane. Little path down here. So I decided to go back on it and walk it a little bit more. And you just see the beauty. This was Lord of the Rings inspired, this part was. The field's right there. Little meeting place. There was supposed to be a campfire there. But my friend put out the fire and I just didn't want it there. Little sheep pen. Got some sheepers in there. And over here, is where, I had a cemetery in the world. Made it for myself. And I'm the only one in there. It was my first death. Carter's first death. And here I am trying to figure out how to rotate a pickaxe. I didn't realize you did it standing up for a moment. There's one for me again. And over here is where we had the start of a village. But say it with me now. Minecraft reset. Man, I hated that thing. I really loved it too. Anyway, here I am back here forgetting to cut again. Oh man. And I just had to go eat dinner, but here's another world. All right, now let's go downstairs. That this is supposed to be a shop-like area. Up there would be where you buy the armor. Down here is where you would buy the tools. And I realized that I have netherite in my thing, and I say it with me one last time. Xbox reset, not reset. Xbox boot back, I want to call it. Yeah, a boot back. Because I had a castle there. It actually looked very nice. Because I like to believe I'm a good builder. And that was supposed to be the first build in a village. And in my opinion, it looked phenomenal. It may not to you, but I really couldn't care. And, there was, that's like the thing where shops would go into it. Over here is where furnace area was, and it looked way better because I've redesigned it. Didn't say with me again. No, let's not say over here in the chest. The chests are okay, pretty nice, pretty average loot. Ender pearls, some ancient debris, nothing too fancy. And I really like this bridge. Let's see, like it's a pretty nice bridge if I do say so myself. I mean, you're open to your opinion. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up the end of the video. If you want your sheep, just make sure to subscribe to this video. Peace out.